Hello there, Primerus Trade family. I'm making this quick Sunday, I guess, weekly outlook, if we want to call it that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little market markup for potential scenarios coming in the week because of every all the there's a couple possible how to react to different situations that may be arising this week due to the new variant, to the Omicron variant, I believe it's called. What to do, depending on what the headlines do, and we'll see at 6 o'clock at the Globex Open at 6 today, what'll happen. So I just want to make a quick video on this for you all. Okay, so right here we have a chart. This is a daily chart over a year for the ES for the futures. I have the overnight, the extended trading hours on. And so as you can see, I have my trend line drawn. We are in an uptrend. Okay. I went ahead and did a retracement uh, from this point down here. Sorry, from this point down here back that we made back here. I made this all the way up to the. I actually made it from here to the pivot, and it gave us a 141.40 extension that we actually hit on the 22nd. So it hit it almost to the tick, as you can see, and then we sharply sold off. So what I'm looking at here, and as you can see, these levels line up with several different things that have happened at points in the market or turning points. What we're looking for potentially is our immediate, if we continue lower or we gap down for Globex, um, the next important level that I will be looking at or looking for is this 4551 area right here, which is the pivot right here of this high. Okay, I will be looking for this as a point of interest. Okay, and if we break that, then we could even potentially head lower, depending on how much noise this variant makes. Okay, so we do, and we want to also keep an eye on volatility on the VIX when we open up. We want to keep an eye on the VIX. Okay, um, if we don't see this, conversely, and the market digests the news from the weekend and they don't panic, then I would like to see us get back above this 141.40 uh, retracement or extension, whatever you want to call it, and make a new all-time high. This again is, after we get some people trapped down here selling or some people trapped trying to go short, and after, if we see if the trap fails, then I would see us rally into the new year above this high and make a new high during the Santa Claus rally. But if we don't have that, then conversely, I'm looking to this pivot point right here, which happens to be this high right here, um, as a point of interest, and then potentially go lower. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go to the 60-minute chart, and I'm gonna put on some volume profile, and I'm gonna turn off extended trading hours just so you see some more confluence. So we go to the intraday here, and we go to the 1 hour. We'll go ahead and put 180 days for the purpose of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the extended trading hours because I'm gonna go ahead and put a volume profile on this. So I'm gonna turn off the extended trading hours. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the study for the volume profile. So let me go ahead and add the volume profile here. Let me edit the study, and then I'll go ahead and do the I'll go ahead and do it for the chart. Cause just do that, just do a general chart, and on expansion I'll put no. 'Cause I just want to look at the whole, the action just as a whole for these amount of days, and I'll go ahead and hit that. Let me just fix this here. I think on expansion would be yes. Let's see. Sorry about this, guys. Hold on. Let's try this again. Let me take a look. Okay, so yeah, this how we'll do it. Okay, so just notice how we have we have these um, protrusions here. We had a poor high up here, and then we failed, and then we have some concentration here. So really, the next important level, as you can see, we have the pivot level, as I'm talking about, this 44551 area. Okay, right here is we have a valley, and we have a peak right here. Okay, and that peak would be at 4529. Let's just call it 50. This is the next peak right here, and then we have value area high for this particular period, which is 180 days on the 60-minute chart. We have value area high at we have it right here, give or take, at the same price point right here, which is 4503, or we call it 4504. So that's another area of interest that I would be looking at if we keep on going further to the downside. Now again, this all becomes irrelevant depending on how the market digests it, um, and people get trapped short or they get over this panic, depending on what happens with the variant and the news on the variant, and we make new all-time highs. Okay, but if we continue further to the downside, again, even on this chart, just to further have confluence, the first point I'd be looking at is the 4551, and then after that, I'd be looking at the 4529, 4529.50. Okay, and now last, what I will do is I will go ahead and do the daily, just to point something out, something to be aware of, which would be the when we have the volume profile on the daily, and we're going to make it days instead of the whole year, or not whole year, but the whole year. What I'll go ahead and do is go back to the studies, edit the studies here, and then I'm going to go ahead and load it today on this particular time. Let me just hit this and see if it comes out right. No, here we go. Let's fix that again. Double check that. Okay. Okay, so now this came out right. So now, just so you can see a couple interesting things here. Okay, on the daily, and then it made this a 30-minute chart as well. The way we normally do our market profile, right? So the traditional way, and just so you see a couple interesting things here. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so I drew some other areas of interest. Again, this further to the downside. Again, this is just a downside argument. I'm not saying we're going to the downside, but if we do, we have these areas of importance. Okay, and I just want to point something out to you all is some of the further downside targets here. Obviously, this will take a while to happen, um, but I just do want to make you aware that we have some. Let's see here. We have a we have a poor. Give me a second here. Let me just make sure my extended trading data. Okay, they're off. Okay, so then I might adjust this here for you guys. Give me a second here. It's just more confluence. Okay, but let me just go ahead and adjust this here. So I'm gonna drag this up here, or I'll just erase this line altogether. Let me just make sure it's right. Give me a second. What I'm looking for essentially right now are naked uh, points of control that have not been hit that may be taken out if we continue to go lower. So I would advise you to do the same on a daily, on your going back a year, on your daily, with the extended trading hours off to see naked points of control that have not been hit. And I'll show you an example of what that is. So let's take a look here. Okay, so we have one right here at 4503.96. It's never been hit. Okay. Also, we have a cluster here right below the pivot, which is at 45.29.48. So it has been hit this point of control, but you can see there was a lot of cluster here. So there will be some form of balance that we might get congestion on if we continue lower. Again, this is if we continue lower. Um, Below this, see, this is a point of control that it was never it was never hit. Okay, or if it was hit by a poor low. So it's another area of interest, and that's at 4503.96. Okay, um, I'm gonna go ahead and move this one, and I'm gonna draw this down here, and that's a point of control that has not been hit. Okay, so I'm gonna show that price on the right, and I'll be sharing this chart with you all. So this is a point of control at 44.63.66 that was never taken out. Okay, so it was never hit on the way down. Okay, Um, so these are some levels to be aware of. And then again, so we got balance here uh, at the 618, the minus 618 level will be another point of congestion. Again, this is if we go lower, guys. Just trying to give a heads up. Now, this could be, Tuesday and Wednesday. Tonight at 6 Globex Eastern Standard Time, we'll be telling if we gap up or down, depending how the market reacts to the news. And then I think Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be, as it develops further, we'll see how the markets digest everything. So this could be just a way for the market to pull back before we have an end of the year rally. Okay, but it is just to be aware that if the market does panic, these are levels to look out for. And again, there's confluence. We have them from our extensions or our retracement levels, from our POC, our naked POC that have not been hit below us. And so just want to make you guys aware. But the next level of interest on the way down, if we hit it, is 4551. Then below that, we have a cluster here to the left. We have 4529 or 4530, if you want to call it that. And then immediately below that is 50304, I would call it. Okay, and then we have a cluster. Then beyond that, this would be some real crazy territory down here. And so just be mindful. That's why I'm making this video. I'm making it ahead of time, as an outlook, just to have a heads up in case there is a sell-off. Now, I'm not saying there is, so as traders, we just gotta be ready for either up or down moves. And I'm just having this out early in just in case that the market does go into a panic. But we don't predict the market, we react to it. And so that's essentially what we're doing. Again, I'll come back to the daily here to just see the bigger picture, and we'll end it off with that. We'll do the daily, we'll do 1 year. And as you can see, it lines up pretty perfectly with, the markup is pretty spot on. Even with the extended trading hours off, after we have this pivot right here, when this pivot was drawn, we came up above the 127.20, and we actually just tagged the 141.40. And once we tagged it, it was an excess high, or a look above and fail. And then we got the news, and now the next level should be the 4451, depending on how the markets digest everything. So that's my heads up and my markup for you all for Primerus Trade Group and the family. Everything is done at your own risk, and everything is assumed to be educational. Trading involves risk. You guys have a great Sunday. Keep your eyes peeled for the Globex Open. Let's see what happens. And you all have a fabulous Sunday, and we'll see each other on Monday. God bless.